Good morning, students. I am going to teach Euler pi functions and Euler's theorem. Before that, I am going to introduce some basic concept on Euler function. The first one, prime numbers. The second one, relatively primes. For any integer p greater than 1 is called a prime number if the only positive divisors of p are 1 and p itself. Example 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. These are all prime integers because their divisors are 1 and those numbers itself. The integer 2 is the only one even prime. 0 and 1 are not a primes. Next, relatively primes, otherwise co-primes. Two integers, they are not equal to 0, that is a and b, are said to be relatively prime whenever GCD of a comma b equals 1. Example, GCD of 2 comma 5 is 1. GCD of 3 comma 11, 1. Similarly, GCD of minus 9 comma 16 equals 1. GCD of minus 27 comma minus 35 equals 1. Next, Euler's pi function. Let m greater than or equal to 1 and phi of m denote the number of positive integers less than m and which are relatively prime to m. For example, if I take m equals 8, let us rewrite the numbers less than 8, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Among all these numbers, then we count 1, 8, 3, 8, 5, 8, 7, 8. These pair of integers having a GCD 1, therefore which are relatively prime. That's why phi of 8 equals 4 because we are counting here 4 pair of numbers. One more example, m equals 5. Now you write the integer less than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Among all these integers, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5 are relatively prime. Therefore, phi of 5 equals 4. Note, phi of 1 equals 1 because GCD of 1, 1 is always 1. If m greater than 1, then GCD of m, m equals m and m not equal to 1. Pi of p equals p minus 1 if and only p is a prime integer. Pi power p power k equals p power k minus p power k minus 1. Otherwise, p power k into 1 minus 1 over p where k greater than 0. On the basis, we will take some values of m and we look at their corresponding phi of m. For example, m equals 2, that is 1. M equals 3, phi of m is 2. When m equals 4, phi of 4 equals 2. When m equals 6, phi of 6 equals 2. When m equals 7, phi of 7 is equal to 6 and so on. As for note number 6, if I take m equals 4, 4 can be written as 2 power 2. That is in the form of p power k, where p equals to k equals 2. Therefore, by using note number 4 on the basis, the value of phi of 4 equals 2. Similarly, phi of 9, we can write 3 power 2. This is again in the form of note number 4. The value of phi of 9 equals 6. Next, similarly, phi of 16, that is 8. Phi of 25, that is 20. Phi of 49, that is 42. Phi of 121, that is 110. If m and n are relatively prime, then phi of m into n can be written as phi of m into phi of n. For example, if I take 10, 10 can be written as 2 into 5. Phi of 2 is 1, phi of 5 as per in the note, that is 4. Therefore, 4 into 1, that is 4. and one more 12 can be done as 3 into 4. Then 5 of 3 is 2, 5 of 4 is 2, therefore 2 into 2 that is 4. 15 can be done as 3 into 5, 5 of 3 it's a prime that is 2, 5 of 5 that is also prime that is 4, therefore 4 into 2 that is 8. Again one more 20, 4 into 5, again 5 of 4, as per note number 4 this is 2, again 5 of 5 it is a prime, this is 4, 4 into 2 8. Similarly 5 of 35 that is 24, 5 of 51 that is 32. Now if I take any say composite number to calculate for any composite number of Euler's pi function by using this formula, any composite number can be written as number of product of primes, where P1, P2, P3 etc. Pr are primes. Then I want to calculate phi of n, that is n is a composite number. Then we take this formula n into 1 minus 1 over P1, 1 minus 1 over P2 etc. etc. 1 minus 1 over Pr. For example, n equals 360. 360 can be written as 2 power 3, 3 power 2, 5 power 1. That means number of product of primes. Then by applying the above formula, pi of 360 equals 360 into 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 3, 1 minus 1 by 5. After simplification of this, we get 96. Therefore, pi of 360 equals 96. And I take one more example. N equals 126. E 126 can be done as 2 power 1, 3 power 2, 7 power 1. That means number of product of primes. Then again once again by using the note number of a composite number, on the basis we can calculate the value of 126. Therefore, phi of 126 equals 36. Similarly, phi of 460 equals 176, phi of 98 equals 42, phi of 1001 equals 720. Next, we go to prove the Euler's theorem. The statement of the theorem: if m greater than or equal to 1 and GCD of a comma m equals 1, here a is some positive integer, then a power phi of m congruent to 1 mod m. Now proof of this: let a1 comma a2 comma a3 etc. etc. a of phi of m be the positive integer less than m and which are relatively prime to m, because GCD of a comma m is equal to 1. It follows that a into a1 comma a into a2 comma a into a3 etc. etc. a into a of phi of m are congruent to a1 comma a2 comma a3 etc. etc. a of phi of m. Then we get, if I multiply a with a1, this is congruent to a1 a dash under modulo m. Again I multiply a with a2, their product is congruent to a2 dash modulo m. Again I multiply a with a3, this is congruent to a3 dash modulo m, and so on. If I multiply a with a of phi of m, their product is congruent to a dash phi of m under the same modulo m, where a1 dash, a2 dash, a3 dash etc. a of phi m dash are integers, and a1 comma a2 comma a3 etc. etc. a of phi of m are equal in some order. Multiplying the above congruence, we get a into a1 comma a into a2 comma etc. etc. a into a of phi of m. This is congruent to a1 dash, a2 dash, a3 dash etc. etc. a of phi m dash modulo m. Now here a will repeat a of phi of m times, that's why a power of phi m, if I take outside, the remaining a1 comma a2 comma a3 etc AFIFM. This is congruent to once again a1 dash a2 dash a3 dash etc AFIM dash under the same modulo m. Some extent a1 dash congruent to a1, a2 dash congruent to a2, a3 dash congruent to a3 etc AFIFM dash congruent to AFIM under the same modulo m. On cancelling a1, a2, a3 etc AFIFM on both sides, we get AFIFM or a power 5m congruent to 1 modulo m. This proves our theorems. Thank you.